So let's talk about vital spots. I mentioned in the previous video of preparing that you would strike somebody on the face with this, our weapon. But the human body has sensitive spots that are far more sensitive than others, right? So the vital spots are your eyes, your ears, your nose, your neck, right in here. Go on, brush that, makes you cough. Right here, under the rib cage, this soft little spot right under here. Your knees, the shins, top of the feet, and the groin, okay? A lot of times I talk to people about self-defense, and the women are always like, well, yeah, well, I'll just kick them in the balls. Well, that's all fine and dandy, except from guys coming at you, he's rushing at you, you go to kick him in the balls, he grabs your foot, because this is called long range. He grabs your foot, flips you up over upside down. What are you going to do now? Right? He's running at you. You have weapons in your hand. The guy's coming at you. You're in that ready stance that we're going to really go over. Right? And he goes to grab you. He's this far away from you. And you just slap him, bam him across the face with this. This will hurt. Keys, even little keys, right in the cheekbone. You eye jab him before he can grab you in the eye. Right? He comes at you, he's choking you. He's here like this, okay, right? So he has you, you have two hands, eye jab, punch him in the ears, right? Punch him up in the side of his nose, punch him in his throat, okay? This is when you knee him in the balls, stomp on the top of his foot. There's all these vital spots, kick him in the shins as hard as you can. Every one of those are gonna make him release. They're gonna interrupt his vision. They're going to cause pain. If you kick him once and he doesn't let you go, kick him 6 times. Knee him 6 times. I see on videos all the time. Somebody's choking and the woman's punching and trying to yank the guy's hands off. Well, we're not going to outstrength a lunatic aggressor who wants to kill, rape, or mutilate us. But you might be able to distract him long enough to drop him and run and get away and then make a huge scene. Attract attention to yourself. Vital spots, okay? So eyes, punch yourself in the eye, poke yourself in the eye, get hit in the side of the eye. You can break literally the eye socket. You can jab somebody in the eye so you blind them, their eyes water. The instinct for them is that, okay? The nose, so sensitive. You ever get hit in the nose? Side, side. You can hit somebody on the side of the nose with a shoe. You can punch somebody up. They're taller than you. You can't reach the eyes. You can come up and punch them under the nose. We're going to go over all the different strikes that you can just practice while you're walking around. I'm not going to say, all right, first you elbow him and then you step back and then you rotate and punch. All of that's great, but that's a long course. This is a 2-hour course. This is just the preview, right? Punch somebody on the ears, right? Ring the bell. It rings their bell, literally. You can disable them. You can knock this little bone called cochlea, and it will make them dizzy and nauseous and vomiting, interrupt their air supply. Punch somebody right here in their throat. They're not going to be able to breathe. They're going to be like, okay, they're going to be going for it. Punching somebody in the stomach, right here, they're right here. Punch, punch, punch as hard as you can. Oh, you ever get punched in the stomach? Right up underneath there. Kick them in the knees. Hurts like hell. Shins, top of the feet, all of that. Vital spots, okay? Weapons we can use. Somebody comes behind you, too, okay? I'm going to teach you about drop and hitting somebody in their groin like this, and that's another whole lesson. But when somebody's behind you, elbow strike them, come around, punch them, flail your arms like a crazy person, okay? Right, you want to hit them where you can hit them. We'll talk about this little move that can get somebody away from you. We call it twist and shout. But punching back somebody, come back, elbow strike somebody, hit your head back, hit them in the nose, okay? Vital spots, very important. Best way to disable an attacker and get away, right? This simple self-defense isn't so much about teaching you how to kick somebody's ass, although we can get into that a little deeper in different lessons, but the simple self-defense is to give yourself the edge to get away. Disable your attacker. Take away the element of surprise. They expect you to go, ah, right? So, vital spots, you're not going to do that. Just remember that, remember them, and just make a plan. What would you do if somebody grabbed you by your throat? What would you do if somebody was running at you, right? You know, really what I want you to do is step aside and let them go and run. There's those things that you can just simply to get away from somebody. A lot of people, you see them, they're horrified. But if they're coming at you, you have this, right? Don't be afraid, flail it, just whip as hard as you can and hit them any way you can hit them, across the side of the head. Hurt them long enough to get away. And once you get them down, if you want to beat the crap out of them, that's a whole nother class. We'll talk about that. But there, vital spots.